For nearly 4 decades, her name has echoed through the halls of Congress, a name synonymous with power, persistence, and political history. Nancy Patricia Pelosi, the daughter of a Baltimore mayor, rose from local politics to become one of the most influential figures in American governance. And now, after almost 40 years in Washington, she's announcing her retirement. The first woman ever to serve as Speaker of the House, Pelosi's journey is one of unrelenting ambition, strategy, and survival in the most turbulent political landscape of modern times. From her early days representing San Francisco in 1987 to shaping national policy across multiple presidencies, Pelosi's career has been defined by both triumph and controversy. Today, we take a look back, not just at her accomplishments, but at the moments that defined her legacy. It was February 12, 1987. A hotel ballroom in San Francisco buzzed with anticipation as Nancy Pelosi, then a Democratic Party organizer, announced her candidacy for California's 5th Congressional District. The seat had been left vacant by the death of Representative Sala Burton, who before passing had given Pelosi her public endorsement. Few at the time could have predicted what that endorsement would lead to. That June, Pelosi celebrated her first election victory, the beginning of a career that would span generations of American politics. In photos from that night, she stands smiling, surrounded by family, friends, and supporters. A picture of determination and hope. That image marked the start of a political journey that would eventually place her at the very center of American power. Pelosi quickly established herself as a force to be reckoned with. A sharp negotiator, she championed healthcare reform, human rights, and LGBTQ+ advocacy long before they became central issues in national politics. By the mid-1990s, her influence was undeniable. In one iconic image, she stands behind President Bill Clinton as he signs the Ryan White CARE Act amendments in 1996, a moment reflecting her early dedication to public health and compassion-driven policy. Through legislative battles and shifting administrations, Pelosi remained a constant, a strategist who understood that politics was a game of endurance. Even when critics dismissed her as too liberal for national prominence, Pelosi proved again and again that persistence could rewrite the rules. Then came 2007, the year that forever changed her place in history. For the first time, a woman raised the Speaker's gavel in the U.S. House of Representatives. Nancy Pelosi had broken one of Washington's highest glass ceilings. Her ascension wasn't just symbolic, it represented a seismic shift in American politics. She took on a Republican president, George W. Bush, during the height of the Iraq War. One of the most striking moments of that period came during Bush's State of the Union address, as Vice President Dick Cheney rose to applaud the president's remarks on Iraq. Speaker Pelosi remained seated, a quiet yet powerful act of dissent that spoke louder than words. Her leadership style was deliberate, disciplined, and often polarizing, but undeniably effective. In the years that followed, Pelosi became a central player in some of the most consequential policy debates in American history. Under President Barack Obama, she shepherded through the Affordable Care Act, a defining moment in her career and a landmark in U.S. healthcare. Photographs from 2009 show her seated just behind Obama as he addressed Congress, her calm presence underscoring the magnitude of the reforms taking shape. She worked tirelessly to secure votes, managing divisions within her own party while facing relentless opposition from the right. And when the Affordable Care Act finally passed in 2010, Obama would later credit Pelosi's political mastery as the key to its success. That victory cemented her reputation as one of the most skilled legislative tacticians in modern history. But political history is never smooth. The Trump era tested Pelosi's leadership like never before. From heated Oval Office confrontations to the stormy battles over border security and impeachment, Pelosi became the face of Democratic resistance. A now famous image from December 2018 shows her seated across from President Trump and Senate Leader Chuck Schumer in the Oval Office, her composed yet defiant expression capturing the essence of her political persona. Through shutdowns, investigations, and controversy, Pelosi balanced toughness with experience, often standing as the single most formidable counterweight to a sitting president. Whether loved or criticized, she remained unflinching, an embodiment of institutional strength in chaotic times. Then, in January 2019, history repeated itself. Amid a federal government shutdown, Pelosi reclaimed the Speaker's gavel, becoming the first person in over 6 decades to return to the role after losing it. That moment, her smile broad but composed as she accepted the gavel from Kevin McCarthy, represented resilience in its purest form. It was a reminder that in Washington, power is rarely permanent, but persistence can bring it back. During her second tenure, Pelosi oversaw an era marked by division, impeachment trials, and a global pandemic. Yet she continued to press forward, shaping legislative priorities and maintaining control over a fractious Congress. Her ability to unify her caucus, even amid internal conflict, became one of her defining strengths. Pelosi's long alliance with Barack Obama would come full circle years later. In April 2022, the two embraced once more during an event marking the anniversary of the Affordable Care Act, the law they had fought so fiercely to pass more than a decade earlier. The photo captured more than nostalgia. It symbolized legacy. Pelosi's decades in office had altered the landscape of American governance. She was no longer just a political leader. She was an institution in herself. And as the Biden administration took shape, her influence remained visible, from COVID-19 relief negotiations to bipartisan infrastructure deals. Few lawmakers in history have navigated such a vast spectrum of political eras with the same authority. And so, in May 2024, the arc of her career reached a fitting crescendo. In the East Room of the White House, President Joe Biden placed the Presidential Medal of Freedom around her neck, the nation's highest civilian honor. It was a moment of reflection and recognition for a woman who had broken barriers, wielded power with precision, and defined political leadership for an entire generation. Nancy Pelosi's retirement doesn't just mark the end of a career. It marks the close of a chapter in American history. From her 1987 campaign to her final bow on the national stage, Pelosi's story is one of resilience, conviction, and the relentless pursuit of purpose. Whether admired or opposed, her imprint on American politics will endure for decades to come, a testament to what it means to lead, to challenge, and to never back down.